I used to feel like when I go trail riding with other people that, by golly, and with my family, and because I'm taking my kids out and go trail riding with them, that by golly, it's their responsibility, these other people's responsibility to train their horse so that their horse doesn't kick back at my horse or kick back at one of my kids' horses and get one of my kids hurt. But I was wrong in thinking that, because as I think that, then I'm relying on other people, to do things correctly. I'm actually putting my safety and my kids' safety in other people's hands, which is always a bad thing to do. What I want to do while I'm at home and by myself or in situations that I can control at home, I want to get my horse so well trained that if I go out and go riding with a bunch of people, even if they have on purpose trained their horse to run backwards and try to kick my horse, that they can't catch me, that I can get my horse away from them, before they can even catch me, But in order to do that, what I have to do is I have to spend time at home practicing. I have to recognize that it isn't their fault that their horse kicked mine. It's my fault because I let my horse get in a position where it could get kicked. So it's important that we can actually practice exercises at home that in stopping our horse, getting our horse to back up, because on a trail ride, if I can't get my horse to back up and we're riding along a narrow trail and a horse in front of me stops and starts to back up, if I can't get my horse away from it, then what's going to happen? That other horse is going to back right in to me and maybe it starts kicking. So backing up, just practicing backing up will keep you possibly from getting your horse kicked. Actually, practicing moving sideways, side passing keeps you away from that other horse. When that other horse might turn towards you, and then actually practicing getting your horse to turn and leave, is important. Stopping is important because all of a sudden another horse will stop on a trail and you've got to be able to stop your horse and control it. So practice at home. Now we'll go out on the trail and kind of show you how I would handle the situation out on the trail. We're out here on the trail. We don't know these horses. We don't know if they're going to kick or not, but the one thing for sure, if I stay far enough back, I'm not going to get kicked. And so I'm going to ride defensively. I'm not going to assume that horse won't kick. I'm going to assume that he will kick. And so it's going to be very important that I give myself enough distance and my horse enough distance that if he happened to stop real quick, that I can stop my horse and I've still got plenty of room to get my horse back or away. And if that horse even started backing up to try to kick me, that I have enough room to turn my horse away from that horse and ride somewhere else. Now, it's very important that we learn to ride defensively in this situation. I know here we're out in a pasture and we've got lots of room to ride, and that's good. We don't always have that situation. A lot of times we're riding on a very narrow trail and there's a cliff on one side and lots of trees on the other, etc. But even in that situation, there are things that we can do to protect ourselves and keep us and our horse from getting kicked. It's my responsibility to keep me safe. So when you're riding, give yourself a cushion. Now, if we can't stop our horse, if we're pulling on our horse and we can't get our horse to stop, then we're relying on everybody else's training to keep us safe. So it's important that we practice before we get out here, that we practice stopping our horse, that we practice backing up. You wouldn't think that backing up would be a real safety feature, that it would be a very important feature that our horse backs up well. But in this case, let's say for an example, that I ride up here and I think I've got a pretty good distance right here, but if that horse started running backwards to kick me, I'm going to have to get my horse to respond and move away from that other horse pretty quickly. So I need to practice that while I'm at home before I get out here.